Soaring Eagles, developing breeds of excellence.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode on the Soaring Eagles Talk Show. Today, we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, which is what is love? Wow. We all know that the season of love, which is Valentine, is around the corner. And thereby, we found this topic very paramount at this point in time to educate the youth out there on what is the true meaning of this love we claim to have. So with me today, we'll be anchoring this show is...
My name is Prince Chisom. It's a good thing that Prince have good experience with love.
Wow. So I guess I'll just be Princess. However, my name is Joyce Francis, and we have a special guest in our midst today. I call her special because I look up to her. She is actually my role model, and she is a mother, and she's happily married. Yes, happily married. You heard that. So she'll be joining us today. So, Ma, can you tell us a bit about yourself? Can you just let our audience there know that we have a big guest of honor in our midst today?
My name is Onyechi Gifts Onyike. Just like she said, I'm a mother of 3. I'm married. I'm happily married to Dr. Onyike Abraham Onyike. And I think I would not say much more.
So you see the reason why I told you that she's a very, it's a rare privilege once more, Ma. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, we all know the theme of this meeting. We know the theme of the reason for this gathering, and is to expatiate on the true and, will I put it, scriptural and ethical and morally right, if there's anything like that, meaning of love. As we all know, we are in the season of love, and it's natural to share love everywhere we go. So, Ma, please, can you, to some extent, from your view, from your point of view, tell us, what do you think love is? Or what is love?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. If dictionary meaning we just define love as maybe having a deep affection towards another person, or loving and caring for someone. And then some people define, as in say, we have different types of love: agape love, this love, that love. But I know that for the purpose of this conversation, you want me to talk about the love that we see, the love in quote that we see people proclaiming in this period called Valentine period. So many people say, when you hear people say, I love you, it's just merely based on maybe feelings or emotions. Maybe this person, he's tall, dark, and handsome. For that reason, I love him. Oh, I'm in love with this guy. Oh my God. Or maybe the lady, she has a back side, a front side. Say, I'm in love with this person. I can't sleep without you. I can't do this. You're the only cockroach in my cupboard. I wonder why they have to use cockroach. I always think about that. So sad. Okay, so that's what we see. And they say for that reason, they love the person. The love is simply based on feelings and emotions. And sincerely, love is much more than that. It's deeper than feelings and emotions. Now, if you run with feelings and emotions, feelings will change. You might be feeling good today and bad tomorrow. Emotions vary. Today you're up, tomorrow you're down. So emotions can even die. So love, if you say, okay, I love you, if I'm feeling good today and I love you today, tomorrow when that feeling is not there, I'll not hate you. That's not what love is. So love actually goes beyond just feelings and emotions. It has to do with understanding. Understanding having common values and understanding each other. Now, this I don't know. I don't want to keep talking for so maybe you have so many questions to ask, so I don't want to use all the time trying to define love alone.
Wow,
So
thank you so much, Ma. You've done justice to that question. What I can depict from it, you talked about understanding and you mentioned value. So I think that's the core basic definition of love. So now we all know that they usually say in the world that love is the most powerful weapon. I don't know. I sat down, I was thinking on this powerful weapon. We have so many weapons in the world. Why love? Something you cannot touch. So why is it termed as the most powerful weapon in the whole universe?
well, I think to an extent I agree with that.
Wow.
I agree with that because the Bible tells me, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Not like for God so understood the world or anything. That's tell us the power of love. Love is actually a very strong weapon, and it's what moves us to giving.
Mm.
A mother or parents will give anything for their children whom they love to make sure that they become somebody in life. So if you ask me what I think about love being a powerful weapon, I think I agree to a large extent with that. It's actually love that pushes us to give. Now, I'm not saying because one sugar daddy somewhere buys you shawarma or even buys you a car, a brand new car.
Wow.
And for that reason, you say, this guy, what else should he do to prove that he loves me when he has given me a car? It's not all about that. But I only said that to say, yes, to an extent, I agree with it. But it's not because of me giving you something doesn't necessarily mean I love you. As in that aspect of love, we're talking about relationship-wise, as in a relationship between a male and a female. And so me giving you something doesn't necessarily mean as in I love you, and that's the only evidence I need. But yes, love is a strong weapon because of love is what pushed God, what made God the Father give us his only begotten son. Yes. But then, just like I said, it's not because somebody buys something for me or gives me something, it now means that okay, this person loves me. For that reason, you can have my soul, spirit, and body. No, not
Wow.
that.
All right. Thank you so much on that one, ma'am.
Thank you.
And even from your answers, you said giving. Well, this season is to celebrate giving. Let me put it in quotes. Going down the lane, going back there where we heard stories of a man called Valentine, and it's tagged that he died for love. And you mentioned giving. So to what extent should we actually give to prove that we love this person or this person loves us? Now, I don't want us, because of our time and all, I would not want us to like go back to the story. But the summary of it all was that the man gave himself. And I'm like, okay, you mentioned God gave his only begotten son to die for us, to prove his love for us. And this man came up and did the same thing. So to what extent should we as youths and lovers go in terms of giving to prove our love?
Okay, I'm glad you said he was known for giving. That's Valentine. Saint Valentine was known for giving. And then, if you ask me, I don't have a negative bias towards Valentine. So don't quote me wrong. But then, if you say you want to celebrate Valentine, why don't you go and give the less privileged? Valentine was not known for having a partner who was lavishing his love or gifts to a particular lady or woman. He went out to give people that are less privileged. And if you say you want to learn from that, let's go out and then do things. Not necessarily saying because it's Valentine's Day, my boyfriend or my partner must take me out to go and buy this and this and that. If you really want to celebrate Valentine, then you should give to the less privileged. Notwithstanding, is it because of Valentine alone that they have to take me out to go and maybe buy something? Is that so only one day in a whole year? Crying out loud.
Wow.
It's not sufficient to celebrate love. It's not sufficient to, to sustain a relationship. So I think if you're having saying for this is my this Valentine's Day, my boyfriend has to buy me this and buy me that, maybe buy me a gift. It's good to buy gifts to people. I don't have a problem with that. It's good to buy gifts for people. I don't have a problem with that. But I just feel like this whole Valentine thing is highly overrated and also misinterpreted. Because a lot of people give up their maybe virginity at that time, their innocence at that time. They give up their destinies at that time because of what the society has portrayed as love. You open social media, what do you see? Kind of, the pictures, all, the pictures that we see, the movies we see, the stories we see, the stories we read too, they're all portraying a kind of picture of love, and it's not real. It's not real. If we say we want to really celebrate Valentine and not just be sinful and lustful, then okay, let's use that opportunity to go. There are orphanage homes out there. There are people on the streets. There are people out there that really need our love. Show love and give. Not like you are saying, okay, because it's Valentine's Day, my boyfriend should give me, my girlfriend should do this. I need a Valentine gift. Or you say, okay, if you don't have a val, you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a val, and you say have you got? I have a val. I remember that. In secondary school, I remember that time. He's my val. He's my val.
Yeah.
Oh my God. that happens a lot, and it's a real deception, such that some people don't even know the history of the Valentine any longer. They just know that, okay, Val is time to be, to a romantic time where we wear red, we go out, we eat, and then some people go defile themselves, we show that we love ourselves. And some guys should tell the ladies today, if you say you love me, some people disvirgin themselves today. I've read, as in they say this is the day to do it. As in, they tell you what other day is better to, lose your virginity than on a day like this. And it's sad and pathetic. So, but that's a real falsehood, deception of the devil trying to enslave our youths, and that's why we're talking about it today.
As you mentioned, this Valentine's Day, Valentine's and Valentine. Many of our youths don't take time to read. Well, I've gone through the history of Valentine, so I'll just give you a short summary of Valentine. Now, the story is actually a legend, so it may not be true. It may be something that happened, but maybe the way they started quoting it and all that, it became a legend. Now, there are different stories. One was that he was getting Roman soldiers married, but if you check out the Christian Roman soldiers, where he was wedding Christian Roman soldiers that were not permitted to get married. But if you check out the society of the Roman army, you see that they had access to women, so it does not really fall into place. Now, the one that seems quite real was that Saint Valentine was a man admired by Claudius, the emperor of Rome. Now, Claudius wanted to convert Valentine to paganism. So while he tried to convert Valentine to paganism, Valentine tried to convert him to Christianity. So out of anger, he ordered for Valentine to be executed. Now, the act of love that Valentine showed was that his jailer had a daughter that was blind. So he prayed for the jailer's daughter, and her eyes got opened. And when her eyes got opened, it was a gift of love to that family. Now, she now saw him, at his grave, she said, "This is my Valentine." She now planted an almond tree. So as time went on, that got introduced into the church doctrines and the rest, different church doctrines, and that was how Valentine was celebrated. Now, when Valentine was seen as love was when a poet wrote about birds. He wrote about birds. It was happening on a particular day where was the birthday of a pope, a bishop that was named Valentine, and that different person. So he was talking about when birds were nesting and mating. So people blindly thought that he was talking about the day Valentine died, and they misassumed and due to they misconstructed the whole thing and say he was talking about love. By the way, he was using birds and love and all that. So the way people celebrate Valentine is far, 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 far different from the story of Valentine and what he did, his actions, and why people attribute love to him. So that's just a short history on Valentine. So now so don't just go blindly and people deceive you. The kind of love he showed, the kind of love he showed, he was willing to pray for his jealous, blind daughter. So you see the kind of love he's giving. It's not a sensual love he was giving. So that's just
in the light of the story that my colleague has just shared, I want you to clearly tell us what are some of the misconceptions that people have about this season, so that you can clearly differentiate, okay, this is what we are actually to celebrate as youths or even as married people, and this is what we are not to do, or there are so just many misconceptions about this. So what can you say about this misconception, and how can you bring us out of the darkness, yes, to the light of what we should celebrate as youths?
Okay. Thank you for that question. Just like he said, he mentioned the fact that people assumed that Saint Valentine was wedding Roman soldiers. But when we set into history, we heard that was not true, because the Roman soldiers had access to women, so that was not what he was doing. And then some other people say he actually had sensual relationship with a lady. But we have been told that he was praying, it was his enemy's daughter, his jealous daughter that he prayed for. So, and that's what and who he is. But now let's not get carried away as children of God with what we see. This is not even biblical, it's not even in the Bible. So if we begin to say he is doing this and doing that, and for that reason want to go sensual, what does the Bible say about unrighteousness? What does the Bible say about immorality? What does the Bible say about marriage being honorable and a bed undefiled? What does the Bible say about fornication? The Bible standard has not changed. Even if Saint Valentine was even doing the wrong thing, doesn't change anything about what God expects from us as his children. We should look unto Jesus, who is the author and finisher of our faith. We should hold on to the righteous standard that God has laid down for us. Love is a good thing. It's actually something that God has created so that it can usher us into a life of joy and bliss. But then when we misuse this feeling that God has given to us, we end up in regrets. We end up sorrowful. We end up not being happy. Someone was describing the feeling, as in, more like saying, he said, just like they tell you, this is a well, but there's honey inside this well. Jump into it so you can get the honey. You are not sure you survive to taste the honey. So you want to jump into it. That's the same thing. You see, things glittering out there, and you would forget that it's a well you're about jumping into, and you're feeling like, let me just go and have a taste of the goodies and the sweetness, not forgetting that you will likely lose your life in jumping into that well, or you may not come out the same. So let's be very careful about this period as believers. Let's not get carried away with Valentine. It's not even biblical. And then even if the world says this celebrate him, worship him. Let's do that. It's good for us to do good. What this Saint Valentine was known for is for doing good, for even praying for his enemy and being a good person. So, and for as children of God, it's not a particular day you should even do good. You should be doing good all the time. That's what I would say about your question.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I love the way you arranged this stuff. Talking about well and honey. I love that illustration.
The way the well was just honey. Can you breathe first to take the
All right. We have a little bit of we have me personally, I must say that I'm somehow confused on this question I'm about to ask you. Because while growing up, they taught us about different kinds of love. So there's agape love, there's eros love, there's so many kinds of love out there. But now that we are talking about this subject matter, I want you to differentiate between this love, infatuation, and then romantic kind of love, and what we see love as a feeling. How can we get hold? How can we like get a better and brighter understanding on which of them is actually love? Why I ask this question is because speaking to so many youths, you see, they say they love this person and they have lost within their mind about this person. And you as a person, you cannot really tell because it's the matter of the heart. Now, how can we know? How do we differentiate between love, infatuation, romantic love, and then the feelings of emotion and just all that?
I think I'll just try to differentiate if it's a real love and a fake love. I think that will answer your question, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One way we test love is time. Some people say love at first sight. Bam, they just see you until they love you. It's okay for you to say, I love the way this person maybe walks. I love this lady's look. I love this guy's, maybe his swag and all those things. But if your attraction to somebody is only based on that external features, it will not last. It's natural for us to have this kind of feelings. Come on, right from when you were maybe in secondary school, you definitely had some crush on some people.
Yes.
I did. It's normal. It's natural. But if I now say, I love this person, I've forgotten some of them right now. You understand? So that is just there's time for everything. And then some of those, I remember. Okay, let me share. Should I share a personal story?
Yes, please.
Okay, I remember. Okay, in secondary school, I think SS2, SS3 at that time. I think I had this crush for somebody, right?
Wow.
And then somehow, of course, I was already taught to. So I didn't let it show. Of course, I couldn't even let the person know that I had that crush for him or on him. And then we finished school, parted ways, went our different ways. I got to the university. I saw the guy. I think I was in higher level. I think it was remedial at that time. And I was like, hey, where's that feeling you have for this guy? It was all gone. It was just there. I think I just liked some things about him. That's what it was about. And then so, pure love will not be demanding you do something that will sin against God. As children of God, firstly, you should, whatever you're doing should be actually in the center of God's will. The word of God. What is God saying about this? Now, some people will say, please leave us alone. You people have done you don't want us to enjoy our life. We're enjoying that life, sinning against God. Do you want to offend God? Now, pure, like I said, time. But let's start from the basics. It actually has to be in God. As a child of God, you need to have the Spirit of God in you to guide you in making these kind of decisions. That's one. Then secondly, to know if it's a true love, I want to believe that different people can genuinely love you. But if I genuinely love you, but I don't have the same values as you do, can we go together? We can't go together except we be agreed. That's what the Bible says, Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? They be in agreement. Now, I don't think that it should just be, so people should jump from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship, saying they are seeking for love, seeking for this, seeking for that. Firstly, you should love yourself.
Wow.
We should practice self-love. You first know and discover yourself, then love yourself. In doing that, you cannot know what you are looking for in another person. But then people, we see how they don't even know themselves. They don't even know what they want in life. And so with anywhere belle face, anybody that just tells them this, they go this way, they break your heart, you go here, and before you even get married, you're already broken, you're shattered already, and you're no more yourself. You've lost your dignity, you've lost your self-worth, you've lost your self-esteem because you just in a relationship, because the world portrays it that you have to be in a relationship as long as you are 16 years, 18 years, 20, you just have to be in a relationship, otherwise something is not right with you. So firstly, I'll say, be in Christ. Have the Spirit of God. Then know yourself. Know your values, what you stand for. Then thirdly, if you find a person that you say, okay, this person, I really love this person, I think we can work together, and this relationship has a potential of going to the permanent site.
I love that. Permanent site.
Okay,
yeah.
You see that person, then and you're willing to take that, you're willing to take that journey, but that person, make sure that person is someone that you share the same value with, you understand the person, then give it time. I didn't plan to come and do marriage seminar here. So I'm skeptical about going so much into that side. But I'm saying time will actually tell. But in everything, there should be purity. Sexual purity, chastity should be your watchword as a child of God, because anything that's outside that negates the commandments of God, and God cannot be happy with you. You're going to drive away the Spirit of God from you if you defile your body. Whether you're a guy or a lady, you drive the Spirit of God away from you if you defile your body. So give it time. That time test, peace test. It's also what they call peace test. I don't want to go into marriage. So let's leave it. To know the real one, the Spirit of God has to guide you. It has to be centered on righteousness and purity. Nothing evil and defiling. And give it some time. If it's able to last, understand if it's in accordance to your own values, as the person you're talking about here, it actually shares the same value, understanding with you, righteous principles as you do. Then you now know, okay, if you want to take this to the other side.
Wow.
I don't know.
Thank you so much, man.
Number one, the Spirit of God should guide you. Love yourself, and that's where your emphasis was on.
It's necessary.
Love yourself.
When the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself.
If you don't love yourself,
you, don't love yourself,
you will hate your neighbor, definitely.
And I don't want to go into so much, but really, as a guy or a lady, I feel like somebody can't stay with me. If you are one that has practiced, you've discovered yourself and really love yourself, right?
Yes.
Definitely somebody else will be drawn to you. By default, they don't have a choice. Because you even love yourself already. When there's nobody around you, you know how to keep yourself company. You're not empty. You're not just there looking for somebody to go out and say, this party, we jump and go, as if you don't own yourself. You don't even know who you are. We have to be careful. We should just sit down and develop ourselves, discover who we are. Look into ourselves, discover who we are, and then love that person. In loving yourself, it helps to make you I don't know, say smell good fragrance from you. When you love yourself, Imagine a child that's very low, you beat the child, make the child look. That's the same thing. When you love yourself, you take care of yourself so well.
So how do I learn to love myself?
Learning to love yourself. How do you want somebody to love you?
Like my mother.
Like your mother.
Is it my mother? Wow.
Okay, so how you want somebody to love you? Sometimes you don't. It's actually doing those things that you love, that satisfies you, that makes you feel whole, that makes you feel happy. Imagine sometimes it's actually, but you must discover yourself first, and then maybe, for instance, you want someone to take you out on a treat yourself. There's no crime in you going to, let me say, to an eatery and get a table, reserve a table for one, and sit down and take and treat yourself well. There's no crime in doing that.
Wow.
You don't have to. A lady don't have to wait for one guy to take you out and say, okay, today I will buy shawarma and this and that and fish and for that. You can do that to yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. A guy doesn't have to do that to you. Neither does a lady have to do that to you.
Wow.
Guys have to do it for us.
Take care of yourself. I love yourself.
It's normal. I can love myself. I cook for myself.
Oh, really?
If you see when I'm eating Indomie.
Oh, thank you so much for that one. So moving ahead, we want to talk about a very powerful weapon. Where I come from, we believe this weapon to be so very powerful that it's even shake the elders in our community. Yes, it's something that people normally say, when you have this, you can do anything. When this thing talks, the rest keeps quiet. So I believe from this, my small illustration, you should know what I'm driving towards. Now I'm simply talking about money. Growing up, my mom used to be like, in anything you do, have money. And now, bringing love into the equation, different cultures have the way they view love. Where I come from also, it's believed that you need money to finance love. And now you talked about love not being a feeling, love being something that is genuine. So my question today is, do you need money to finance love? Do you need money in terms of relationship-wise? Is money a motivating factor, let me put it that way, to love?
I love money.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
The love of money.
Yeah.
But I don't love it to the extent that will make me to sin.
Mm.
I have to say I love money so that it will disabuse your mind to saying, okay, this or that. Money is very important. That's why I made that statement.
Extremely.
Not necessarily like I'm crazy about money. I'll lose my head in search for money. No. Money is very important in a relationship, both as single and married couple. I actually feel for some guys,
Okay.
because they make, as in ladies make so much demands from them. But I actually don't see that as the way things should be. Money, yes, helps. Imagine, okay, you need money to even live.
Exactly.
Whether as a single person or as a married person or someone in a relationship, you need money. So, and when that money is available, of course, things will be smoother.
Of course.
Right? Now, I don't want to say without this cannot happen, because some people come together in understanding and love. But when you have, some people come together, they have a dream and a vision. They may not have anything right now, but they're actually people of purpose. And then they grow together, they build the wealth together, and they're happily married together. And then they leave legacies behind them. So when you say, if I now tell you, no, if there's no money, you cannot love. That would be a big lie. Because we've
Wow.
seen people that actually from nothing they became something. So, but you need to be rich. Wealth doesn't have to be
I love
physical.
that.
No, yes, you need to be rich.
Rich,
Wealth
yeah.
doesn't have to be physical cash right now. I may not have
course.
anything right now, but if you see someone of value, someone who has invested so much in himself, they're just waiting for time to blow. You know that not one that's been playing around, going looking for good, looking here and there, but empty inside. You're not adding wealth, you're not adding knowledge to yourself, you're not adding skills, you're not acquiring skills, you're just there. Yeah, maybe you just want your parents told you to go to school, you went to school, primary school, secondary school, you entered university and you're looking for one job, have not gotten a job. Can you please build yourself and not wait for a job? That kind of thing. So I'm not saying if you don't have the physical cash right now, you don't have ability to love. I don't support poverty in any way. That's the truth.
Thank you.
Let me
So
just say it
much.
that way.
I love that statement. I love that.
But now it should not be one-sided. I believe that I will have my dignity if I have my own money, even as a lady.
Of course. Of course.
I support that point.
Please take care of the ladies. Okay.
The guy, everything is on the guy.
Right? God said if you take care of us, we're just helping
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, help me.
Okay, so as a lady, you also have your dignity and be able to keep your head high when you have your own money. So it's not like the guys you are depending on the guys for everything. You go out on a date, the guy must pay. You go out for a date, and then the guy says, "I'm not doing it again.
Wow.
I'm broken." It shouldn't be like that.
Wow. Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that. But then it's necessary. Money is important. I just want to make you understand that money is important. But while you don't have the physical cash right now, as a young person, there's time for everything. There's time for everything. Yes. So, but while you don't have the physical cash right now, make sure you're building yourself. Make sure you're investing in yourself in all forms of investment, all kinds of investments.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. I love talking about this subject matter because it's something that is not physical that you can touch. We cannot touch love, but we can feel love. We cannot see love, but we can talk about love. So, ma, is there any, like in any form, is there any reward for this love? Whether materialistic, whether spiritual, whether is there any emotional reward? Is there any like visible, something I can lay hand on, reward for love?
Definitely, there are rewards for love. For anything at all you do, there's a reward for it. Life has a general principle of give and take. Bible says for every labor there's reward. Love actually is not idle. Love is not dormant or passive. So when you love, love is practical. Love is practical. So it's a labor, it's a form of labor, and there will definitely rewards. It comes in different forms. Imagine two people who maybe found love, genuine love, and worked together in accordance to God's will. And maybe they didn't have all the money, but then they stuck together, planned together, executed projects together, worked on their dreams and aspirations, and then God blesses them. God blesses the labor work of our hands as God's children. And then they are happy. Tomorrow, they've blown. So it happens, it's normal. See, once you actually do things in accordance to God's will, there will definitely be rewards for it. There will be reward for your spirit, soul, and body. What we see when people actually go against the true meaning of love, that people end up heartbroken, people end up devastated, a lot of dreams are truncated, destinies are shattered. So many people don't even feel their destiny any longer. So other people, they don't even live their lives to the full. Remember Samson now?
Yes.
Remember
yes.
Samson?
Mm.
Get her for me, she pleased me.
Mm.
That is that strong feeling,
Wow.
that emotion. Get her for me, she pleased me. And then she could even they rubbing his head, and then he lost it all. He told the secret that even his parents did not tell throughout his life.
Mm.
And then what happened? He cut short his ministry. And it's still the same thing today. We feel that this thing is so real, I love her, and that is just that feeling. It doesn't exceed that feeling.
Mm.
And it can't even stand the test of time. It cannot wait. No patience in it. Love is kind, love is patient, love is, has humility in it. Love has so many qualities. If you look at it in 1 Corinthians 13, right?
Mm.
Charity, that's the same thing with love. There are so many qualities and characteristics of love there. It's not even easily provoked. It's not. So once you follow that principle, you see that the blessings of God will come upon you. You have blessings for your spirit, soul, and body. You won't be the one running around here saying, "I have a broken heart." You can't even get yourself together. You've lost your mind. You're just walking on the street, but you're not yourself. Some other people get into depression.
Yes.
Some other people get into depression. Some other people, are not just happy in life because they've already wasted themselves. But when you do that, there's peace, there's joy, there's happiness, there's satisfaction knowing that you did the right thing. And then to top it all, God now blesses that union, that marriage, that home.
Wow.
So yes, there's so much benefit of actually, following the process and allowing love to lead.
Love to lead. I think I'll love more. Yeah. I should love more this year and allow love to lead. Yeah.
As we are saying all these things, we are telling youth not to have the misconception this Valentine's Day, and we say this is not the age, and they say they give the age as 16. And what is the right time? What is the right time for love?
For timing, I would say if you want to start from the day you know that there's something called love, you can start praying about it.
Wow.
Yes. Start praying. There's no harm in praying. You can be heaping your prayers in the sight of God. God, please lead me. I don't want to make mistakes, because a lot of people make mistakes. Many people make mistakes in this aspect of love. And it's a very bad one, because the devil targets people at this time to make them lose themselves. We've heard about some people that have great destinies to fulfill, and then wait for them at that point when it's time for them to, get together with somebody, get married or something, and then that's the time the devil messes them up. So it's a time. Whenever you know about it, start praying. But different people have their different timing. The Spirit of God actually is the one that leads people when it comes to. For me as a child of God, I really depend. I think I'll push anybody that wants to do the will of God to really depend on the Holy Spirit to guide you. Somebody else can actually, find true love at 22. Somebody else can be 24. Somebody else can be 30. So there's no particular time I will say, okay, it's at this age you should do this or you should do that. I will not tell you to go into a relationship when you're not ready to actually settle down. Don't do that. That's my advice. Because you see, I had some colleagues that I saw great potentials in them growing up when I was in school. These people were very intelligent, but I actually noticed that a lot of people were messing up with their mind because they were in different relationships. Whenever they come in the morning, it's about this guy and that guy and that, and the little time they can give to their studies, they are really awesome, but they can't even harness that innate potential in them and become and top the class and blow academically, because it was messing with their head. So I'll always advise anybody, hey, if I'm not ready, just calm down. Just calm down.
Calm down.
Yes. It might be difficult, just calm down. Just give it time, calm down. There will be disturbances, yes, calm down. When you're ready to take the permanent side, you can now give the thoughts, pray about it. Otherwise, if you start going from one relationship to another, hey, you may make mistake. You would likely make mistake. Okay, let me hear your next question before I say something. I want to say something. So let me.
All right. I like the way you are bringing life experience into this talk show, and it's quite encouraging because people just can sit and say she's just talking from head knowledge. So it's good that they know that you've passed through this and you are telling us and you're talking to all of us. When I say us, both with our online audience, from experience. So in light of this story that you're telling us, I want you to just share, let's say, a summary, like an experience. What's that experience you've had with love? Everyone has a story. I have my story about love that I'm willing to share. But since it happens that you are a guest today, so it will be happy to hear just a summary of your
Okay.
experience on love.
Before that's the conclusion of this talk, right?
Yes,
Before I
ma'am.
conclude this, I think I'd like to air my view, or okay, let me give advice to whoever is listening to this. Love is a great thing. In a relationship, it's necessary you set boundaries. It's necessary you communicate boundaries. It's necessary you leave boundaries. And I say leave, L-I-V-E, not L-E-A-V-E. It's also necessary to put structures in place to actually help those boundaries to be maintained. Let me try to be more practical here. Relationships, we are young people, you getting married anytime from now and all those things. So you might be in a relationship already and you know that, okay, you're planning towards this, you're planning towards marriage and all those things. It's necessary you and your partner, it's necessary you, for instance, as a lady, you're able to communicate to your partner, I cannot do this. Maintain, you're saying, verbalizing your stand on maybe chastity, sexual purity, and all those things. You're also making you understand that touchings and all those things is not allowed in this relationship, because that's where the devil, there's no big deal there. The devil just tells you there's nothing there, is it not, and if that is it not, something happens that you can never take it back again. So it's good you communicate that. It's also good you leave that out. I also want, since I'm on air, I actually see some things that make me feel sad for my gender sometimes. I walk on the street, or I'm driving on the street and I see a lady, maybe a guy holding a lady and just walking on the road. And I'm like, oh, this lady has cheapened herself. You're not married, you just hold you and you're walking, you just buy for you one fish. And I'm saying, can someone save me, please? I just feel like, can I just give you some sense? You don't allow yourself to be cheapened as a lady. Guys too. Yes, but for this point, it's majorly ladies that are the receiving end of it. So that's why I said, they hold you and I'm like, how much are you worth? It's almost like they finish buying you already.
Yes.
And the truth, the guy, maybe the guy is not even, it's just looking like a rat on the streets there, and you're holding you and you're walking and smiling.
No.
Come on. So in relationship, even if both of you have even agreed, you should actually have boundaries. If those people are holding themselves out on the street, what will they do inside? So there should be boundaries, touching, kissing. Hey, stay in the center of God's will. Stay in the center of God's will. Don't do things that we actually like will awaken some kind of feelings that are lying there. Set boundaries. Avoid going to places, maybe solitary or quiet or dark places alone. One guy spend time together. Let your goings be open. There is time for everything. When you finally agree and set the date and get married, you will live together all the days of your life. You get tired of each other. So just calm down. There's time for everything. All you're saying, let's go to one corner, let's go and spend time together. It's always only both of you in the dark. Then something will happen, you say, I wish. You say, I wish I didn't do this. And then at that kind of time, it's a very bad one. It's a very, very bad experience because you can't take back some things. things.
Mm.
So that's what my little advice for whoever that is listening to this. Set boundaries in your relationship because it's really necessary. It's really important for you to have a healthy and a godly and a successful relationship. It's necessary to do that.
That was a very free advice from our guest, and I honestly plead that our youths, we are youths, we take heed to this, because they say what an elder sees while he's lying down, a young person will not see, even if he climbs an iroko tree. So it's a very free advice from her to all of us here. So the last question we have today for you, ma'am, is the one I stated earlier on, and that is to share
My experience.
your experience. Although you've been patching it from left, right, and center, we just want you to like patch everywhere and let's get some juicy gist, of your love experience, ma'am.
Okay, my experience is going to be a long one,
Mm.
and I am trying to look for. I don't want this interview to be so long, so but I was privileged to be brought up in a godly home, and I had godly leaders over me, over my, and that actually guided me. I don't talk about from the time of praying to the time of. I don't want to talk about those things, but I actually had. Really, you want to hear this? It's going to be very long. Okay, so I don't know.
Just a summary will do, ma.
Okay, I was actually privileged. I didn't have to start going from one relationship to another relationship.
Wow.
I didn't do that.
Wow.
And actually, I can speak to an extent. My husband too didn't do that.
Mm.
And that's where the Spirit of God comes into play. I didn't go into different relationships before I actually said, okay, before God told me, I was not even willing. Even after God told me, I was not accepting it. That's the truth. Because I was not meeting my spec.
Wow. Spec.
Because have specs.
Of course,
as
of
ladies,
course,
I'm sure guys still have their own specs.
Mm.
So he was not meeting it, but thank God for the Spirit of God. Thank God for the way He deals with us. That's why the first things first, as anybody wants to be happy in this life and in his or her relationship, put God in the center of it all. You cannot do it by yourself. The person that knows the best for you is the God that created you. He's a maker. So if you have that relationship with God already, then He can guide you into other things. I was speaking in a seminar some days back, and then I told them about spirituality. I said it's not when there's a problem you go and run to God. Develop a standing, constant relationship with God already, so that when this issue is time to get to your relationship, Father, what do you think about it? We should have this, good rapport with the Holy Spirit and with God Himself, so that He can guide us. So for me, I actually had God's guidance, and sincerely, yes, the natural me was willing to fight God, but God will not hear that from me. He knew where I was going to. He wants me to fulfill destiny and purpose. He knew that any other decision I make on my own might actually lead me astray, and then He insisted on saying this is what you should do. And I was like, God, how about no, this. I was trying to give him my own, my own rational, my rational thinking. I was trying to give him reason along with me and say, God saying, this is who I've kept. This is who I'm saying should. And thank God I said yes. Because He has really helped me. As in, almost every day I say, thank God that I made this decision. I have peace. Wow. And since and I didn't leave after the whole thing. I didn't still leave. We're still going together. It's beautiful to actually have a partner who is also a child of God. He even knew long ago who God had shown him. Like I for him was in 200 level. I say he should start praying as God. When he knew who God had showed him that he was going to get married to. Right when he was 200 level. I didn't know. I don't know. Nothing concerning me again. But that I said, God will stand the test of time. He was able to wait. Like I finished school, went for service, came back. He didn't tell me anything. So that's the place of having the Spirit of God and waiting for God's timing. So I said this because he was in campus fellowship then. They told him this, told him to pray about it. He said that's when he started praying and then he knew. Yeah, I didn't know anything. And when God said this, but I didn't want it. I didn't want it. I had my own. I tried this one. I was not really. But I'm so grateful to God. I said yes to His will. That's the same thing too. So, first things first, if you're not giving your life to Christ, make sure that you give your life to Christ, accept Him as your Lord and Savior, and let the Holy Spirit dwell in you and guide your every decision. And in doing so, other things will fall in place. You will seek first God's kingdom. Other things will be added onto us. That's what I would say here.
Ma'am, the way you're talking now, it's like you are already saying your final advice to the people.
Yes.
But however,
so yes. I want to
so
say
this is just a giveaway to our audience right there. What is the special advice you have for them in this season? Like, we all know that Valentine is by the corner. What is that special advice that you just want to pass out to the youth? Let them know this. Desist from this. Do this. What is that special thing you want to tell our audience today?
I'll take it as my parting word, right?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
I'll say no to sensuality. Say no to anything unrighteous. I would say no grief.
Yes, so no grief.
No grief for anything that will break the heart of God at this time. Because God is counting on us in our generation. And then He wants us to lift up the standard of righteousness. And it's possible. Valentine will come and go. Who will you be after Valentine? Are you going to be still, whole, WHOLE? Or will you have lost yourself and you are now having holes in you? HOLES.
Wow.
Let's be very careful. I think that's it.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. We are pleased to have you on this show. Thank you for your time. We know that you sacrificed so much to be here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. We had an interesting time. In fact, personally, I learned a lot. Yes.
I took down a lot there. But
wow,
there are many things I've learned. And there's one thing I will just give as what I have learned. What you should see love as is God. If you see love as God, then you will know what to do. And if you push that matter of love to God, He will guide you on what to do. And there's one thing that Solomon said. He said, awaken not my beloved when it's not a time.
She said that. Wow.
So don't awaken love when it's not a time. There is time for everything. It's just like me coming to say I want to get married. You look at me, look at
everybody.
You can get married now.
Everybody.
Wow. All right. Thank you so very much, ma. We really appreciate you.
Thank you
so
for
much. Spending this wonderful time with us.
We
wish we can go on and go on because this subject is so interesting. So we meet you next time. So see you there. And please, if you've not subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe so that we'll keep you updated on some juicy matters such as this. So till then, bye.